Are you going to go back to your ex this Christmas? Are you going to go back to toxic friendships this Christmas? Are you going to entertain toxic family members this festive season? I don't know why I said Christmas, but I guess that's perfect intro for this video. I am talking about the infamous Mercury retrograde that is happening in the fiery sign of Sagittarius. I might have even just used infamous incorrectly. Infamous. I'm surrounded by Americans, so my South African accent is fading. Oh, I thought I had something on my teeth, but it's the lighting. Okay, guys, this video started off very chaotic, which is exactly what this Mercury retrograde has been like and is going to be like. It started on November 26th and is going to continue until December 15th or 16th, depending on where you are. And that is just the actual retrograde. There will also be a post, and there was a pre-shadow that happened about a week and a half in November and will last a week and a half after the 15th. And basically, Mercury retrograde, in a nutshell, is when Mercury is moving so much faster than the other planets that it looks like it's going backwards when astronomers observe it. But really, it's just ahead of everything else. And when you kind of think about what Mercury represents, it is a planet of communication, short distance travel, all things about thoughts, language, and just really the mouth and the throat chakra or chakra, and it deals with all those themes. Now, let's also run it back to the fact that it's in the fiery sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire sign, so you know that it's going to be even quicker than that. Fire is very action orientated. It moves, it burns things, it brings heat, it brings warmth, but just as much as it can bring warmth, it can literally burn you if you are not understanding how to use the energy of fire. You could hurt yourself or others. And that's the theme of this retrograde. The words you say, the things you speak, could either help people or harm them. And it's really about harnessing and using your words very carefully and mindfully to make sure that you're not harming people, but that you're igniting passion in them. It's also a really good time for the shy ones, the people who are more soft-spoken, people who would rather keep the peace, even if it means like disrupting peace within themselves. This is a good transit for you to be like, you know what? It doesn't matter right now. I need to speak my piece. I need to speak my mind. And if it offends you, I'm sorry, but that's not my intention. My intention is to communicate how I feel. It's about just calling a spade a spade. And that's the beauty of Sagittarius. But with all of that in mind, with all of that said, you need to keep in mind that really expressing yourself now might come with regrets later. So you need to be intentional about how you express yourself. This is a good time to revisit any unfinished projects that have to do with communication, with writing, that have to do with languages, with speaking, any projects that really have to do with this and any form of communication, which is mostly verbal or written. Keep in mind that Sagittarius also deals with long distance travel. So if people are traveling during the holidays, there might be delays in your travels. Make backup plans. Understand that delays and detours are not denial. It's just a time to really maybe take a deep breath and reset and relax and rethink. I know it can be very frustrating, but the best thing you can do with this energy and with all the other planets that are in retrograde right now is really just take a deep breath, take your time, and understand that we are just coming to the end of the year right now, and we have a new year ahead. And there's so much to anticipate in that new year that it's really okay to take things slowly and take a deep breath and really think before you do. If you are in the northern hemisphere like myself, I have a man. Sorry, I just had to say that, but I do. And he's currently not with me right now physically. But with that said, don't let the loneliness of the season help make you revert back to toxic people, especially toxic partners for romantic relationships. If your ex hits you up, your ex situationship, your ex fling, people who are literally like sucking the energy out of you, tell them, boy, bye. Wave it in his face. Tell him, boy, bye. Boy, bye. I have to keep it PG because I don't want to like it like unnecessarily like copyrighted or demonetized or whatever. But don't go back to such things. Even friends, even situations, company. Be very mindful of who you spend your time with in this time. But also Jupiter is in retrograde, Saturn is in retrograde, Uranus is in retrograde, Neptune is in retrograde, and Chiron is in retrograde. And I think with all the retrograde planets, I should just make a video about them and what each retrograde means and represents. But today we're talking about Mercury because somebody I follow on Instagram was like, what does this retrograde mean? And I just felt like it was important to share. I'm going to leave journal prompts by an astrology page called Cosmic Swimmer. These are really interesting prompts that I think will help you really deep dive and really think about how you can harness this energy in a practical way. Because all this information I'm giving you is all good and well, but what can you do with it? And those journal prompts literally help you do that, or figure out, map out how you can practically go with the flow and use this energy for you rather than against you, right? That's the aim of my channel. It's not just to enlighten and educate those who would like to use the stars and astrology and its placements to navigate their lives, but to also practically put these things into practice so that they can do it. Keep in mind, I was born in a Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, so sometimes it might be difficult to understand me because I go like this, but I believe you me, if you really lock into what I'm saying, it will all make sense. And I will also try to improve my communication skills, hence starting this channel. But lovelies, I hope you have an amazing retrograde. We've already, I mean, it's the 5th, we have 10 days left and then the post shadow. So we can do it. I've already had a few misunderstandings. Text messages have been sent to the wrong group chat at work. Miscommunication has happened via text. It's bound to happen. Sometimes you just have to laugh it off and really ask for clarity before blowing up and getting mad. And that's because of the Sagittarius energy. So really think before you speak. This is the time to really, really implement that. Think before you speak. Okay, thank you so much for your time. The moon is in Aquarius. Do you guys see what I've done? It's very slight, but I put my lip liner, which is like this shimmery, chromy blue, on my lip. I'm going to try this look again and take photos. But that aside, you see Mercury retrograde also, like, I'm all over the place. Let me wrap the video up with my favorite quotes, which is, there's so much to love and so little to fear. So go out and live the world, or rather live your life and lead your life in love. Oh, my armies, I live for the love. I live for the love. La 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 la. It's on an I to an O. I to an O. Okay, bye.